We got 3 days! 3 days until Christmas, and I'm super stoked. Ho, ho, ho! I love every minute of this time of year. I mean, the music, the food, love it all. But my wife, on the other hand, she doesn't like it so much right now, and I'll tell you why. Well, all this started about a week ago. We went looking for Christmas trees. Well, she went looking for Christmas trees. I just kind of tagged along. It's, it's her world, and I'm just living in it. But we had to have gone to 5 different places, man. 5 different Christmas tree lots looking for that one that she wanted. And I don't mind doing that. But when you go to choose something that is just outrageous, I'm satisfied with a 7-8 footer. She wanted something like a 10-11 footer. We found a 10 footer. She found it actually, and she was like, "Oh, I gotta have it. I gotta have it. I'm thinking Clark Griswold, Christmas Vacation. You know what I'm saying? Good. Emptying the shitter. Like that movie. That is her. She gotta have bigger, badder, bolder, better. She's way more extreme than I am. A 10 freaking footer. That's what she wanted. And before we even got that monster of a tree, I looked at her. I said, "Babe, we only have a tree stand that holds up to an 8 footer. An 8 footer. Why don't we just get an 8 footer and call it a day?" But no, the 8 footer's never good enough. It's got to be the 10 footer. That tree is not going to be able to hold up, and she's going to fall over in our house. And you want to know what her response was to that? She put her hand on my shoulder and she was like, "Oh, babe, it's going to be just fine. That tree stand will be able to hold up that tree, no problem. What's an extra couple feet?" And I'm sitting there thinking, what's an extra couple feet? And I looked at her, I go, "Girl, you better get off the dumb boat." So I'm sitting there going, okay, babe, whatever's good for you. Just let her have what she wants and hope for the best. Well, long story short, we finally got that sucker in the house. I mean, it had ropes tied around it. So we got it in a corner. We cut those ropes, and it was just like Christmas Vacation. I mean, boing, you know what I mean? Like, that thing went out about 10 feet, it seemed like. I mean, monster. We spent all day working on that sucker. All freaking day. We were trimming the base, we wrapped it full of those big old color lights like the ones that were in Christmas Vacation. You know what I'm talking about? We had it decked out, man. A star at the top. Everything was decked out. And then, long story short, today I'm up here working and I hear a I'm sitting there going, what? Hey, she fell. Timber! So I walked outside my room and I looked over the balcony down in the den area where the tree is. The tree was just freaking flopped over on the floor. Glass everywhere. And I hear and I look closely and I see arms coming out of that sucker. Arms! And I'm sitting there going, what the heck? Lauren! That's my wife saying, "Lauren, are you okay?" I went down there. I pulled the tree off of her. Luckily, she was fine. But I'm sitting there going, let's get the tree out. Clean this sucker up. But you know what? Guess what? Guess who this fell on? Me! I ended up cleaning up this shit. Okay, cleaning up everything. Thank God that my wife was okay, but what happened was she was down there decorating the bottom of it, doing some shit. I don't know what the hell. She was just, decorating it, and I think that she may have nudged it the wrong way or pulled it the wrong way, or I don't know, and it just fell on her. I couldn't believe it. But she's okay. Our baby's okay. That's all that matters to me. I didn't care if I had to clean it up, but I thought I'd share that with you because it's funny as hell. Why does this shit always happen to me and my family? The funniest shit. First, my dog shitting on a portrait last year. Now this shit. Who knows what it's going to be next? But I thought I'd share that with you. Yeah, to kick off the holiday spirit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I got an idea. Let's go ahead and get to the review, shall we? Today we're going to be talking about this Ragnarok. She is a copper mechanical mod, 99.99% copper. Voltage drop for this device alone, 0.06. 0.06, that's fantastic. And then the voltage drop underload with this marquee RDA on here with a dual coil 0.3 ohm build is 0.4. I mean, those are some cracking numbers right there, boys and girls. Cracking numbers. She hits harder than Dirt Diggler on Stiffy pills. I mean, goodness gracious. Let me go ahead and show you. Yeah, so this thing hits right up there with the Pegasus, right up there with a V3 Flip, 24 karat gold plated, close to the Praxis. The Praxis still got the #1 spot in my opinion. That Praxis is the hardest hitting mechanical mod that I've dealt with to date, but this isn't far behind it. And for the price, $99.99, it's definitely affordable for an authentic mechanical mod. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and dive down. I'm going to show you guys a close up of this thing, talk about the specs. Then we're going to come back and I'm going to talk about the pros and the cons and wrap this sucker up and tell you where you can get one of these bad boys. Here's the Ragnarok box. This Mechanical Mod comes in. Pop the lid, and inside you got your Ragnarok Mechanical Mod. You got your bottom firing switch, your top cap, and this thing comes with 3 different barrels. You can run this thing in different configurations like 18350 mode, 18490, 18500 mode, and 18650 mode. Let's go ahead and start with the bottom firing switch. You got the sword, as you guys can see, with the R representing Ragnarok, and then you got VLS. VLS is the guys that are producing this mechanical mod, and then on the side, you've got the serial number. In my case, this is 463. And this bottom firing switch is spring-loaded, and as you guys can see, she's completely locked. She's not going anywhere when I press that fire button. To unlock it, you turn it counterclockwise, and then to lock it, you turn it clockwise. And I gotta say, this button has a great throw, easy to press. I press it anywhere, and she fires every single time. So you got your peak insulator up top, and then you got your solid copper pin. Threads are nice and smooth, okay, and then inside here, like I mentioned, it is spring loaded. There's a stainless steel spring. So everything about this switch is copper. It's 99.99% copper, except the insulator and except the stainless steel spring. So here's the bottom firing switch all disassembled. You got your pin, you got your button, you got your stainless steel spring, and then you got your base. And here's the base with the insulator. You got your threads, and underneath here, okay, you got your 2 holes, your 2 vent holes. Stainless steel spring fits over the button like so. Button fits into the base. Press that button in, and all you do is screw in the copper pin. Go until it's nice and tight, and she's rocking and rolling, reassembled. And then here's your top cap. You got your 510 connection. Below that, you got your peak insulator, and you got your 2 pins. Top pin adjusts to your atomizer, and bottom pin adjusts to the battery you're using. You got your threads down here. Threads on this device on the top cap are smooth, smooth, smooth. So to screw my atomizer on this top cap, all I'm going to do is pull out this top pin, pull it out all the way, screw the atomizer in that I'm using, screwed all the way down flush, just like that, and then what I'll do is I'll screw in this top pin until it makes connection with the atomizer, like so. To run this mod in 18650 mode, you want to take the second largest barrel and the largest barrel and screw these suckers together. Next step, I'm going to go ahead and screw this bottom firing switch into this mod. Doesn't matter which side, okay, I could choose this or this. That's the beauty of it. Pop my battery in, and then the next step, once I have my atomizer onto this top cap, ready to rock, okay, I'm going to go ahead and adjust this bottom pin to my battery. Pull it out a little bit, screw the top cap into this mod. Boom, just like that. No battery rattle, we're good to go. And that is in 18650 mode. Another look without the atomizer on there, 18650 mode. Now I can go ahead and run this thing in 18500 or 18490 mode. I'm going to go ahead and show you right now. And voila, we're running it in 18490 or 18500 just like I mentioned. And then to run this thing in 18350 mode, at smallest mode, what you're going to want to do is just take off this smaller barrel and you are good to go. And pow, stealth mode. And I want to go ahead and point this out, okay, see those lines? You have the lines up top, you got the lines at the base. At the end of each piece that's machined, you notice how there's a bevel. So look, I'm going to take this out. Okay, see that? There's a bevel on the end at the base of this piece, and then there's a bevel on the end of this barrel, and the same thing goes for this side. Now, you may like it, you may not. I like it. I think it gives it character. By the way, here are the threads. The threads are smooth, 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 and it's consistent all across this device. I mean, the threads are pretty much the same. So that is the Ragnarok. Let's go ahead and take her back to FaceTime and talk about the pros and the cons and wrap this sucker up. So that is the Ragnarok Mechanical Mod, the Copper Mechanical Mod. First the pros, this thing feels solid, solid, solid. The fire button, love the fire button. Love the throw, it's easy to press. It fires up every time, doesn't matter where I press it. Threads all on this device are smooth, smooth, smooth. Threads of the 510 connection. Every device I screwed on, RDA, RDTA, RTA, has fit on there, has fit down flush, has made connection. And you know what I love? I love how each machined part is beveled at the end. And because it's beveled at the end, you're going to have these little gaps, these rivet edges, okay? Love that. Love it. I think it gives it character. For some of you guys, you may not like it, but I like it. And you know what? I actually like the size of this device. This is a 24mm device. People that like 22mm, that want that flush look, you're probably not going to like this, but it's beveled up top, and it looks good with any device that I've used. Sick as tits, fits down flush. The price point's got to be mentioned as a pro. $99.99 retail for an offensive mechanical mod is a great deal nowadays. I mean, it's very competitive. And a personal pro for me is she's a copper mod, and I love me some copper mods. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. You can run this thing in 18350 mode, 18490 or 18500, and 18650 mode. Another pro is that once I unlock the switch, okay, I can keep it unlocked because when I set it down, that unlock switch is flush, it's not going to fire. Because that unlock switch is flush, it's not going to fire, that's what I mean. And I've also put this in my pocket with it unlocked and it hadn't fired on me. Hadn't fired on me one bit. But here's the thing, those vent holes at the base, they're inside that base. Make sure when you're vaping on this thing, just keep it unlocked. Keep it unlocked all the time because if you lock it, it won't be able to vent. And you don't want to, let's just say, vape and vape and vape and then lock it up, put it in your pocket or something, or put it down. If there's a faulty battery in there and it needs to vent, it's not going to be able to and you're going to have major issues. But it does vent as long as you keep the bottom switch open. 3 cons. 1, subjective. This is a 24mm device, and for those of you guys who prefer 22mm devices, you're probably not going to like this. 2, back to the switch. Once I unlock it and I'm firing, because it's spring loaded, it tends to back out on me because when you go to fire this sucker and you got your finger pressed, every now and again you're going to turn that loose. You're going to turn that button loose, and the looser and looser you turn it, the more it's going to back out. You're going to have to go in and tighten it down. It is kind of a pain in the ass, but it is what it is. Got to be mentioned as a con though. So that is the Ragnarok Mechanical Mod, Copper Mechanical Mod. Okay, there's 2 places you can get this sucker. 1, Epic Vape. EpicVape.com, they're selling it for $99.99. And then 2, Vapor DNA. Vapor DNA, they're also selling it for $99.99. Here's the big question, the big answer for you. Let's just say I was obsessed with mechanical mods. All I use is mechanical mods. I didn't care much for regulated mods. Would I buy this? If I were to lose this right now, today, would I go back tomorrow and buy one? And the answer is yes. Because this thing, to me, is a great price. It's competitive. $99.99 for an authentic copper mod that competes. Hits just as hard as something like the Pegasus at $180. Hits just as hard as the V3 Flip 24 karat gold plated mod that's $350. So yeah, I would do it. I would buy one if I lost one of those today, and if I was a mechanical mod freaking hardcore user, I would definitely do it. This is Rip Trippers, and remember, smoking is dead, vaping is the future, and the future is now.